Hey guys, it's Gypsy at the Paper Lion. First, let me apologize for not uploading yesterday. I wanted to, but my allergies said no. I was having such a hard time with my allergies, so I just took medicine and just kind of existed. But anyway, today I am going to show you guys how to make these beautiful little storybook peekaboo tags. And I'm actually going to show you two ways. So I'm going to flip those over and we're going to concentrate on this one first, or on something like this first, and then I'll show you another variant way that you can variate it. But anyway, for this project, what you're going to need is some book page, or storybook page, like a children's page, or in the next the variety, I'll show you a different way. But with this one, if you're going to do this, I suggest isolating, being able to isolate at least 3 items. So on this page, I'm going to, of course, isolate these little guys. Probably isolate these and probably isolate the ivy. Excuse my nails. I've been working with ink, so yeah, they're a mess. But anyway, so that's the book page that we're going to be using today. You're also going to need a variety of like circle punches, or you can do them all the same size if you only have one. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper. You're going to need to cut them down to 8 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide. And you're going to need, of course, some scissors, some ink, and some glue, and some scrap paper for if you want to. If you don't want to do this, you can use scrap paper. So let's get started. First, I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to cut these both down. How is everybody doing? What is this, Wednesday now? Yes. Normally, I don't record on this day, but because I said that I was going to record yesterday, on Monday, I said I was going to do 2 uploads, but of course, like I said, I couldn't. So with this one, I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this, so I hope you guys will let me off with that for this week, since I am trying to get in here on a day that I normally don't post. Okay, let's see. So that was 8 inches wide, tall, and then we're going to do 3.5 inches wide. Now, depending on your paper, the papers that I'm using, the direction, it doesn't really matter with the direction, but if you were using pattern that was like horizontal or vertical, of course you want to cut the way that your pattern is going for you. To make it a top and bottom. So top to bottom, it would be 8 inches. Okay, so. Alright, so now that we have our paper, the first thing I'm going to do is decide which one of these pages I want to be the front. And I think I'm going to go with the yellow. I really do like that yellow. And I think it will be sweet with that. And of course, it's the spring. So I'm like in a yellow mood right now. So what I'm going to do is cut out 3 different holes. I hope I'm in frame. But if you're going to put like a ribbon or something at the end of this, you don't want to cut too close to the top. And then we are going to cut one there. And then I'm going to use my large one down there. Of course, don't throw those circles away. There'll be other projects that we can use for those. But anyway, this is what we've got so far. And of course, this is going to be my back side. And it'll end up being glued down like that. So what we're going to do is cut out the images that we want to isolate. I really am sad that my hole punch is not big enough to capture all 3 of these little guys because I think they're so cute. But we want to make sure we're cutting around large enough to isolate them on the thing, and I'll show you that in a second. I think I might have cut a little too close to that. Let's hope not. I'm just going wild with my cutting. And then we're going to cut this part off. And of course, don't throw these pieces away. You can always find uses for this. Like you can cut that, you know, I can cut that out, or that piece over there. I was hoping I was going to be able to save some of the bird. I went too wild. I should have gauged that better. But anyway, so what we're going to do is flip this one over. And I'm going to be very careful with my glue because I am doing this at my jewelry making desk today. So I've got a lace cover on my desk. All right, so we're going to be using this as the larger photo. So we're going to actually, let's see, maybe we can get the majority, or I can just, well, because I cut it a little bit too close over there, we're going to try to get these little guys in here. But the first thing I'm going to do is use some ink to ink up the interior of my circle. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can leave it uninked. It's up to you. But do be careful around the edges so that you don't like break it. I mean, but of course, if you do, you know, if it does split or something, you can always hide that with like a butterfly or something like that. And of course, if you want your inking a little more neater, you can use like a finger dauber. I forgot to bring mine in here, and I'm not stopping to go back and get them. So this is what we're using today. All right, so for the large one, we're going to make sure we put like some glue right around this so it holds in place. And of course, we're not going to be worried about anything else right now until we're finished with that. So what we're going to do is make sure that it is centered where we want it before we add the glue. And I think that that is very cute right there. It captures all of them for the most part. All right, and so we're going to just trim a little bit of this so we have room for this next one. And of course, you can tear that. Oh, no, what did I do? Oh, my God. Oh, what did I do? Okay. We're going to make it work. We're not going to have a meltdown. We're going to make it work. That's what not to do when you guys do this project. Don't do that. Okay, so we got these little guys in. Now we're going to concentrate on this second little hole. And so let's see, do I want that there or do I want that one there? I think I want that one there and do the ivy, just a little bit of ivy there. All right, so let's cut this piece. How is everybody doing? I think I tried to ask you that a minute ago and got sidetracked. So we're going to put that there. Make sure it's better to glue on here so you don't accidentally glue on the wrong side of your paper. And get glue on your image. And then you're going to turn around again and decide where you want that to be. And I want that to be right there. Get that down. And then, of course, here we're going to be able to cut that down a little bit and go ahead and glue this. So it is hump day and the weather is beautiful. But like I said, I have allergies. So, I mean, I love it outside still, but outside don't love me that much. Anybody else got seasonal allergies? I mean, they really suck. So anyway, we got these in here. So now we got all 3 of our little images. And you can choose to go through and cut that off if you want to, but you don't really have to. And then we are going to, in this instance, do make sure though that you do have glue around the edges to where, you know, you're going to need glue there, because we're going to add another piece of paper on the back. So we're going to make sure we get all of our edges as best as we can. And the interior, I hope I'm in frame. Poor little turtle, we couldn't use you on this one. Sorry. And we're going to get a little glue around the edge of that just so that that sticks to that side. And now we're going to add our other piece of paper on the back, which is right here. Just line those up as best as possible. We can always, if they don't line up perfectly, we can also always go around and trim the excess. All right, so we are going to do that now. Alrighty. Does anybody read any good books? Anybody got any suggestions? I'm currently reading Circus of Wonders. It's about a guy named Jasper Jupiters and his ambitions to be the greatest circus performer or circus owner in the world, with his what they deemed back then freaks, you know, people with like one of the main characters has vitiligo. Imagine back then, or whenever the time period it was set, that vitiligo was considered a freak of nature, which is so totally bizarre. I think vitiligo is beautiful, but of course, you know, back in the day when people didn't have internet or whatever, these kind of things were uncommon, so it was like a wonder for them. So now I'm just gonna, now that I've got this on here, I'm going to round the corners of this edge. I didn't bring my little tool for my thing, so what I'm going to, for cutting off the edges, so what I am going to do is just line this one up with this, since I know that it is the same size, and we're just going to cut these edges. Alright, so now we have our base for this cute little storybook, and we are going to ink it. I'm using walnut stain. You can use whatever color you want to. I just thought it gave a really good, nice contrast to this really bright paper. All right. Okay, so next we are going to pick out some things to decorate this. So I'm going to just rummage through here. I kind of got an idea of what I want to do with this one. So let's see, what do we have here? That's a nice color. Don't want too much yellow, I don't suppose. Excuse me. Oh, as I was saying, the book that it's about, like I said, this ambitious guy. But if you guys have any book selection, you know, like suggestions, because I'm about to be done with this one, let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking for a good book to replace, you know, to move on. Because like I've mentioned in a previous video, me and my girls, we have like a book club that we do. We sit down and we're each reading a different book currently. And let's see, I'm trying to find a little butterfly. And so it helps us like stay connected. It's also building up their vocabulary at the same time. So I'm always looking for good books. So if you know of any, I kind of like fantasy, like fantasy adventure, or not really science fiction or anything like that. But, let me know what you got in the comments. And guess what? I found my little corner trimmer that I normally use. This one says pray, create, and repeat. And that's a very good way to look at things. Anyway, so let me go ahead and speed this up because I got to get to work. Anyway, so I'm thinking, and see, remember that little boo-boo? Cover that right on up. No one will ever know except for you guys. So shh, don't say anything. I think I like that one better instead of this big one because that one kind of takes up too much room. So we're just going to ink this a bit. Get some glue on the back of here. And decide how we want that to go. I think it was something like that. Close enough. So we got that there. And then we're going to just add this little butterfly as an accent over here in this upper left corner. Because with this one, we are actually going to add some ribbon to the top. So I don't really want it to be in the way. And always I try to get my antennae just so that they can, stay stuck. And just add that there. And then use my little tool to poke a hole at the top. I'm not going to put a brad in this one. I don't really think it's necessary on this one. So just going to thread some. And the reason I don't really think it's necessary is because we put 2 pieces of paper together. So it's relatively thick. And we're going to cut that like that. And rough those edges up a little bit. And I'm actually just going to put a little piece of glue here and stick that there. Oops. And a piece of glue here, a piece of glue, and then maybe a little bit of glue there. And then we'll sit that one off to the side. And now I'm going to show you the second way that you can do these guys. And that is with, you can do any combination. There's so much that you can do. This is a really great way to do scrap busting. You can scrap bust your little pieces of fabric, just odds and ends papers. Of course, like I said, I'm in a sunny mood, so I'm choosing to go with yellow pieces. But I'm going to show you a fun little technique with this, using a cotton ball to give it some texture. All right, so I already pre-cut this one, off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little ink just to make everything on the inside pop. You don't necessarily have to do this step. You can omit this depending on your taste. If you're looking for something more grungy, of course, use black, use other colors. This really can be, very, very much tailored to your own taste. You don't have to go light and bright. It can be dark and grungy. It can be whatever you want, whatever kind of papers you have. And I already have my pre-cut paper on the back. And so with this one, I wanted to show you those cutouts that you use from the other one, that you make in the holes. You can take those and put those behind the smaller holes, and you can go ahead and use your scraps up right away. And so we're going to do that with that one. And as you notice, I cut the same size hole with this one. If like I said earlier, if you don't have multiple holes, like hole punches, you can do this with just one hole punch. It does not matter in the least. All right, just going to make sure we get that where that circle is. And then we are going to put the fabric. Did I want to put the fabric in the middle? Yeah, I think since that's like the textured one, I want to go ahead and put that in the middle. Let's go ahead and get some glue around here. Get that down. Make sure it's actually covering. And you don't have to pull it too taut. You can give it a little bit of slack since we're gonna be giving this some texture. I mean, it all depends on you. If you don't want to do the little technique with the cotton ball, you can pull that completely flat. And then I have this lip to a Hallmark card, so I thought that would be kind of fun. That's also will give a little bit of texture there. So I don't have an embossing machine, so anytime I can add like some embossed texture, I try to, even if I'm like basically cheating, consider it a hack. All right, and we're gonna get that in the center, or get it wherever you like it on there. Just make sure, excuse me, that the hole is covering it. All right, so now what we're going to do with this to give this a little bit of texture, we're going to take a cotton ball and we're just going to muss it up. And we are going to, don't leave like little hard bits. You don't want hard texture. You want it to be like pillowy soft. But we're just going to get in here and we are going to lay this right in the center of where that hole is. Making sure you still leave room on the side because you do still have to glue that. And since we got a flap here, let's go ahead and add some glue there to keep that in place. It's kind of glued down on that side, so we won't worry about that one too much. And then we're just going to, get our glue on here. Make sure you're gluing it on the right side. And make sure you're getting those edges. And we're just going to lay that down, making sure this paper right here is a little bit bigger. So we're going to have to trim this one down. But as long as they are completely covered, that's totally fine. Do pay attention to this area that right here on the edges where you got your fluff in there. Maybe I put like a little bit too much fluff. You can certainly don't have to use that much fluff in there. Get a little bit of glue in here, making sure we got this nice and sealed. Don't want to have to come back and do that again. So let's make sure use this surface so I don't get this glue on my nice antique lace topper. Let's see. Okay, so now that's nice and pressed down, make sure we burnish everything. All right, and then we're just going to go back and cut off the excess. Trim it up a bit. This is really a no fuss type of project, and I love those kind of projects because you can get a lot of them done fairly quickly. And I'm all about that. And now that I have found my thing, actually, this probably should have been the top. So I'll use it's going to be upside down, but who cares? It's a junk journal. somebody can have a laugh at it. You know. Okay, Mr. Release. And so we're just going to cut these edges off. You guys know how to use these tools, right? If you're new, like new to junk journaling and you don't, basically you can make like a template to cut your tags. I use this little, kind of gift card, but you can use a piece of paper. You can use whatever you want. Okay, now that we've got those sides sealed, that'll look better when it dries. It's a little buckly right now. But anyway, we got this one. Let's see what we can add to it really quick for the sake of time. Yeah, that's too much yellow. Let's see. What do we got here? What about something like that? Too much yellow. Oh, this is pretty. Maybe we'll do that. We'll give that a nice little pop of brightness right in the middle of that. And of course you don't have to put tags in these, like a ribbon or lace in these right away. You can also, decorate these more later. Do it however you want to. I like kind of keeping my things on the more simple side if I can. And that way, still gives people room to play. And then later, if I decide I really want to, dress it up, then I can always do that later. And clip these ends. Ink that really quick. All right, and we can call that project done. Let me go ahead and show you really quick some of the other ones that I made off camera. Of course, these are the ones that we made today. Aren't they pretty? They look so perfect for the springtime. And then, so I made this one and got some like journaling space on the back of that. I used old dictionary and some paper that I got from Temu, some paper I stamped up. Here's a really bold, pretty one with some roses. And this just shows you can use anything in the background. With these two examples, I used different pieces of scrap paper. Actually, with this one, I made like a little cushiony. With that one, it was a smaller area. But can you see that on camera? How like it gives it a nice little texture. And here's another one that you can use your sewing pattern for. So that's a nice one with a sewing pattern. And then of course this one with a cute little bird. And you can decorate the back of them if you want to. I think I decorated the back of this one that I made earlier. I cut out some more of the pieces from that and just added some dictionary paper. And in just a second, I'm going to grab my journal and show you guys how I can use some of this in my new journal. All right, guys, so, excuse me. This is the journal that I just recently made. I have not started really decorating it just yet. Just kind of put like some scraps in there in places that I think I might want them. So I haven't, but I think a couple of these will look very nice in here, especially this one. I think this one will go with the theme very well, especially with the outside cover. And I want to really put one of these little like storybook ones in there. Which one do you guys think? Should it be this one or this one? I'll set those to the sides. Comment below and let me know which one you think would look better in this journal, along with this tag. The one with the little mouse and butterfly, or the one with the foxes and what are those, marigolds maybe? And let me know. So I'll set those to the side, but let me show you how I'll put this one here. Here's a red page, but I already have somebody there. You can see her. Oop, there went my scraps. Some things that I hadn't anchored down yet. But I also have a tutorial on this hidden paper clip using the sewing patterns. This one has a lot of sewing pattern, some of the sewing pattern things in it. But anyway, with this one being red, I think I want to put this one here. That way it kind of goes with that a little bit. Let me see if there's another. Well, maybe this page. Put that to the side. Maybe, I think, what do you guys think? I think it looks perfect with this page. So what I'm going to do is I have a hidden paper clip. Excuse me, it fell to the floor. Let me grab that. I have this hidden paper clip, which I'll probably switch this one out for one that looks better with it. But with these, you can just, you know, take your clip, any kind of paper. Excuse me. I hope I'm in frame. Any kind of paper clip and just, you know, put that right on there with it. And of course, every time I get on the camera, it doesn't want to. But you can just slide that under there like that. Or you can stick it in a pocket. They can be stuck in pockets. But I actually kind of like that going along with this because this page has red and green. And that wasn't even planned, but that looks perfect on that page with that one. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys these real quick because I want you to tell me which one is your favorite. Well, let me take this one out so you can you can vote on this one as well. Which one is your favorite? We have this beautiful one, this red one. The background is flowers, and then of course we accent it with flowers. This one was a mixture of sizes, but this one has more than the 3 holes on it, so you can do all kinds of things with this project. You can definitely make it yours, and you can use like scrap papers, like in some of these I'll show you. But anyway, this is one. This is with the red one. So do you like that one? The yellow one with the foxes. I mean, who couldn't love that one? I think that is so sweet. And then we have this one also. I have a thing for rodents. I love rodents. I got a hamster. My daughter actually got a hamster right before COVID, and that little guy really helped with you know, the depression that comes with being isolated from others. I just loved him. And then I got another one. They both died from old age on my chest, and it really broke me up. But that's another story. But I love little rodents. I'm really fighting myself now to keep from getting another hamster. I just don't have the time right now, and they don't last long enough. And I don't know. I just don't know if I can go through that. But every time I pass by a pet store, I'm tempted to go in and get myself another sweetheart. But anyway, I digress. Here is the book, the Peekaboo one with the little mouse. You like that one? Here's just a simple one with 3 different examples of like scrapbook or scraps that you can use. This one is a lovely way to use up scraps. Same with this one. Now with this one, all I did with this one was, this is a reverse piece of paper, so it's got a front and back. And so all I did with this one was simply on the top piece, just cut out my holes. And because it had the reverse side, I left those showing, and then just use a little bit of scrap paper here, and then, you know, added my little decoration or whatever. So it doesn't even have to, if you have double-sided paper, there's another quick and easy way to do this Peekaboo design. So do you like that one with the bird, or that one? Or here, like I said, another way to use the sewing patterns. I did not think of this when I was doing that video, which I will link below, but that is another great way to use your sewing patterns. And let's see, here's another one. I don't know how much I like this one, but it's got that cute little cushiony area. So someone I think will like it, and I think this will go in a nice eclectic journal. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if I should have added these butterflies. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And then this one. Oh my God, I absolutely love this one too. It's just so pretty. I think I am going to go back and add some ribbon to that one. I think that one, you know, needs, well, it doesn't really, because I think it's beautiful just like it is. But anyway, tell me in the comments which one you like. These were not that hard to make. I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 done in, you know, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I did stop to record. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. To my current subscribers, thank you very much for coming back to watch this video. If you're still here, please leave me a thumbs up or drop me a comment, or at least subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that you can know when my next videos are. And to new ones who might be watching this, please come on in and join the family. Hit that subscribe button and stick around, because you just never know what I may put on this channel. Anyway, guys, this is Wednesday evening or Wednesday afternoon. I'm getting ready to head back to work, but I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.